Good afternoon. Thursday, January 29th, we took a trade here on NQ. You can see we opened the market with a big gap up, and we started coming down quite rapidly in the first 15 minutes. I did not take any trade in the first 15 minutes, waiting for it to settle, as we did come down here close to 25,000 and change. I watched the buyer step back in, 25,912, coming right back up on this green candle. I was watching the previous red candle for 50% retracement. Marking that out, came to about 25,990, contemplating adding or starting my short position there. I entered my short just above at 26,006 on NQ. Starting out with a smaller trade of 2 NQ and adding as we went down. When we did come down below here to 25,975, I added in one more NQ. Took my first trim at 955. Let it come down. I missed a full sell on the bottom. However, it did open up and I grabbed a few more shorts on the next candle and brought it right down till 25,903 where I sold it all. That was a great first trade. In my second trade, I joined on the next candle. I grabbed it just beneath at 25,870 and brought it down, this time only for 40 points. I believe it was at 25,832. I scaled out of that one, and that was with 2 NQ as well. We had an extremely volatile day today in the markets, and there's so many more opportunities. However, since I finished within 45 minutes of the day starting, I decided to call it quits, as it was a very easy and successful start to the day. Here we have pulled up my charts on 0DT Hero, showing the flow for the day. Markets are now currently closed, and this is how the chart looked at the end of the day. You can see here in the center our green line showing 0DT, which emphasizes the flow for today, and then the orange lines are for all expiration, showing us the flow backed up over the week. On the right hand side, you can see a live log, which shows all the alerts as they come in and as they change as well. You can see here everything that comes in, giving us the advantage of knowing what's flowing doing before it even shows up on the charts. Let me tell you how that is a game changer. On top, we can see our AI panel showing flow cross, flow divergence, key levels, and spikes and dumps. We have SPX, SPY, and QQQ set up and labeled for us and color coordinated as well, just to make it easy as pie. Now, this is how the day ended and doesn't reflect the current market right now. However, when I took my trades this morning, as explained earlier, we had flow divergence right here in the middle. All three lights were red. QQQ was red here for flow cross, and SPY was also red. SPX was not lit up yet. Now, as I took my two trades, we had price action going down. Flow was very negative. And if you look at the timestamps down here as well, between 9:45 and 10 a.m., SPX had just reached a key level at 69.50, and we took our trades before the spike happened on SPY. Now, showing you live how it was, you can watch. This was the dump we talked about earlier off market open. We're coming down here. Look at the very bottom. You can see my timestamp following the mouse down here. Right down to 9:45, we dumped hard. It bounced back up. This is my first 15 minutes where I didn't take any trades, and then it continued coming down again. So this is where I entered the trade right after here. About 9:47, it was coming down. It comes back up to NQ 26,006, and then further dropping down over 200 points in the next 15 minutes. This is where I entered the two trades that we explained earlier on. So I'm showing you here, using our flow chart, how easy it is to read and get a head using the flow